All right. I am just doing a couple things, and then we are going to do some train stuff. Maybe it's a little early for happy hour, but not going to stop us. All right, let's get to it. I think I want to try the same run that I messed up yesterday, but I need like an hour. I'll do this real quick. All right. So, let me turn this on my phone here. All right, we should be good to go. And let's figure out what do we want to do today. So, yeah, I could do that scenario I failed on the BNSF ES44C4. I know what the mistake was, or there's no scenarios for that little passenger train, which is kind of a problem. I only have freight routes unlocked right now. So this has the Through the Fire and the Flames. That's about an hour, which actually that's pretty good time. So I can try that again. Or on the SD42, which is old train that came out in the 70s. There are a couple smaller runs. Inspect a formation on the inspection lines at Barstow. Torrential rain, landslide. Let's try this one again since we failed it miserably. So going back to Cone Pass, little wildfire in the forecast. I don't know the stats on this train. 3 axles or something. So as we get past this, we'll be in the action. So for those of you who weren't around last night, we tried this last night, and basically we're going to climb for about 40 minutes, and then we are going to hit a pretty sharp descent. And last time I did not turn on the brakes near fast enough. So, let's get it going. Generator field. Whoops. Wrong button. Generator field on. First handle in. We will set it to forward. Make sure that the independent brake is applied, and we will turn off and release the automatic brake. Now, this is telling me to go ahead and release the brake, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of power. We don't have any cars attached, so we don't need a ton of power here. All right, and we're going to ease up on the independent brake. We should be moving. Ease up on the throttle. Just going about 1,000 feet in front of us, and then we're going to back up and attach to some cars, I believe. A little bit more speed. We can probably get up to 10 miles per hour. Alright, now we'll ease off the throttle. Still need to figure out how to make it so that the bell does not engage every time I blast the horn. I like the horn. Not crazy about the bell. Alright. Throttle to idle. Since it's just us, we can use the independent brake, which I believe was closed bracket. It was. We'll start slowing down. A little bit more. Nope, too much. Too much. No brake. Alright, give it a little juice. Give it a second. A little more juice. We'll try that stop again. We'll just pretend it didn't happen. Got the throttle. And we'll hit the brake. I'm gonna overshoot it. Close enough. Alright. So, get up. I'm going to change some switches, get down off the train. Out of here. It's sunny now, but what we're about to do is be a little smoky where we're heading. Oops. Imaginary wall there, gotta love it. Alrighty. Now I could do this automatically, but where's the fun in that? That flipped. Alright, we are going to back up and attach ourselves. I think about 50 or 70 cars, I think. Mixed load, boxcars, tankers. First thing we want to do now that we're down off the train is make sure that, unless these older or the newer models don't have it, so on the older one we had to make sure that the coupler was open. I don't see any kind of lever here, so maybe it's automatic. All right. Let's back it up, Terry. Close the door so you don't have to hear that. Alright. Set it in reverse, and we'll apply some throttle. Release the brake. And we'll switch to Thank you, sir. How's it going, Paul? Going to need to apply a little bit of brake for 30 vehicles is our load. Quite a bit less than I thought. Even then, I think they're full, and this uphill climb is going to take a while. Quite a bit longer than this backwards stuff. But get these cars attached and we will head up to Cajon Pass. I'm on the map. Looks like we're good. Let's pick up those 30 foot cars. I'll get used to that eventually. Hit the right button. A little more throttle, we're losing speed. I will say that the backwards parts, when they're, I know it's a sim, when it's exceptionally long, not my fave. I mean, I guess I could give it a lot more juice. I'm already speedy, actually. Didn't mean to hit that. We're going to apply a little bit of... I thought we were going to apply a little bit of dynamic brake. Independent brake, since it's just the locos right now, and probably like 4 miles per hour. Idle and release the brake that brake. Too much. Too much. Okay, so put it in reverse, give it a little power, ease off the brake. Came up a little short. What can you do? Oh no, it's saying we got it. Okay, well, like a master, we did that. Alright, so we are going to... Oh, I don't want them on this brake. Hopefully stop moving backwards. Okay. Move the automatic brake. We're going to give it some power. Maybe if we go forward first. Alright, now we're going to give it a little power. Build up some power, and then now that we have a full load, it's going to take us a little bit to get going here. Alright, now ease off the brake. We should get moving as we head out of the train yard. Should be moving. It's on release. It's on release. We're in forward. Giving it more power. Reversers forward. Have I killed the train? Dynamic brake off. Independent brake. Release. Automatic brake. Alright. Let's go ahead and idle. Somehow, I've killed the entire train. This is new to me. Alright, I'm going to move this to neutral. We're going to slide it forward. I'm going to apply the brake. Take the brake off. I'm going to give it some power. We're moving. Alright. Slowly, we are getting out of this train yard. There are a lot of levers. We can even turn on our fan. Don't want to get too hot in here. Shut the window. Turn back the noise. Oh, we need to. Got distracted by all those levers. So 30 cars attached to our 3 locomotives. We're going to be climbing uphill for quite a while. And then we are going to try not to run off the tracks like we did last night. Letting the engine idle until we drop below the speed. Still speed. I'm going to start giving a little juice. The whole backside of our train is still moving uphill, even though we're at a 0.2% decline. I think we still want some power. A little bit of everything. We're hauling today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set it in idle. And I'm going to set our dynamic brake up to setup. As we wait on the backside of our train. San Bernardino yard. It's pretty big. Front of our train's way up. No, we're over here. That's something else. I guess nothing's on the track. Alright. So we should be in good shape. 10 miles per hour, cruising out of the yard. As the rest of our train comes up over the hill, might want to apply some brake, but right now, green lights. Outside. So we picked up a little bit of speed on this 0.3% decline just by gravity. Not convinced that I actually want to apply any brake. As soon as we get the all clear and can start applying throttle, I'm going to want to. Basically what I found last night is all the momentum I can get now is going to pay off as we climb to the pass. So as long as I'm not red on speed, I'm just going to let it ride. Green lights. I think basically as soon as we pass this Amtrak station, we should be smooth sailing. Much better start than last night. Last night I turned on the windshield wipers to start. Couldn't figure out how to get them off. Overshot my first stop. And then ended the night by blowing past. And I'm going to apply some brakes, speaking about blowing past, because we're at 1.1% decline. And really, I just want enough dynamic braking here. I don't want to I don't want to turn on the automatic brakes. Basically, I just want to get enough brake here that my speed drops a little bit, and then I just want to maintain and be ready to, in about a mile, give her all she's got, because I don't think we'll hit any speed limit changes. I don't remember from last night. So dynamic braking at 2, picking up speed. We'll that's set it at 3. And as soon as we get past this Amtrak station, we should be in good shape. An outside view. A little too much brake, it looks like. Ease off that. It's touchy. But I think it's good discipline when it actually matters, which is basically when you're trying to stop with a full load and like a 3% decline, which is what happened last night. I'm going to make sure that I haven't applied any independent brake is on release. Oh, we have not set our headlights on. Alright. Everything's looking good so far. I missed it. Alright, let's kill the dynamic brakes. And I'm going to give it a lot of juice. In 3,000 feet, we'll be at 60 miles per hour. And you can hear the power as we head past the Amtrak station. Apparently you can get some like sound mods for this game to increase the authenticity of the horn. I don't know, it sounds decent to me. We're going way too fast. Go ahead and idle. Kill the bell. If you're here and you're familiar with the game and you know how to set it where your bell does not turn on every time you blast the horn, I'd love to hear it. Like the horn, not a fan of the bell. Slightly over the speed limit. that's okay. Pulling out of San Bernardino. 1,000 feet. Then is when we should be able to give it all we got. I didn't get anywhere close to 60 miles per hour until I ran off the ran off the tracks last night. 500 feet. Should be a little speed limit sign there. We're just going to go ahead and assume. Nope, didn't give it to us. Interesting. Wonder why that was. This noise. Did I shut the door? I did. Yeah, really impressed with this so far, actually. Was skeptical, but there's something about sitting in a train and just watching what happens and responding that makes it pretty awesome. Alright, 0.5% incline, maybe a little more throttle. Try to stay as high or as close to 30 miles per hour as we can. We got a long way to go. We will end up somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. So, uphill, 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 and then very rapidly downhill here. Now I missed the speed limit change, but we have a green light, and we are giving it full throttle. Go up here. Set up a little drive-by. Now we are off. 30 cars, full load, heading up to Cajon Pass. For those who haven't been around, it's going to be a little smoky. Built this scenario last night. It was pretty cool. No other weather effects, just dense smoke here before we go. Alrighty. Be great to get up to 60 miles per hour. Don't think we're going to. Alright, 7.5 miles. Last night I stopped at 7.5 miles, which is not what you're supposed to do. So we will just keep plugging along. I want to say it's about a 40-mile trip. And then result, spoilers, is getting caught. Basically we get told to stop as everyone unfucks himself from fire smoke. Alright, speed limit's up to 70 miles per hour. We're approaching 60 miles per hour. Curious to see if this ticks up to 80 here at 400 feet. Because in the yard earlier it did not. The school bus looked like it was hovering. That truck is hovering. That truck appears to have all 4 tires on the ground, which is a good sign. Yesterday there was a mountain missing. We'll see if we can see that again. Can see it now. I think we're losing speed now. 2.2% incline. Full load, 30 cars. Give her all she's got. Is that no? No. Ah. last night, definitely a mountain that we erased from the sky. It'd be interesting to, like, with these long stretches that we're on now, because really, so the speed limit did tick up. I missed that. On these long stretches, I don't know, what do train engineers do on these long stretches in real life? Like, I don't know, checklists or something. I guess you kind of have to stay paying attention, so maybe not. But and we are still within. We're in the suburbs of San Bernardino now. Just about 1% incline. Nope, now we're to 1.7% incline. I think we're going to lose all that speed. Just build up. 2%. 4.5 miles to go to at least our checkpoints. Everything's looking good so far. So after I ended the stream last night, I was looking at what's available in the shop. And there's some pretty cool stuff, but there is a whole Age of Steam add-on that looks pretty dope. Set in London. Oh, get another train. Another BNSF. I didn't see how many locomotives that had. Not a terribly long train. Alright. Not able to eclipse that 60 mile per hour threshold. And I don't think we're going to have much luck getting past that. Okay. So, the Age of... I don't know if it's actually called Age of Steam or if I'm just thinking of a board game, and that's why I'm crossing those wires in my head. But that, of course, looks cool. There is some stuff on the eastern United States, New York City and Boston, but I also think there's, like, freight stuff on these United States. Johnstown, I think that was United States. That would be awesome. But right now, we just have the U.S. freight with this modern train, which is nice. I do like driving this. I mean, they drive very similarly. And then there's the older model, the older electric diesel from BNSF. That was first put in service in the 70s. Did a little training scenario of that last night. The only downside to that is I do like the levers in there. I like the older look. Your window is about half the size of this, and it's more vertically. You have more view vertically, but I do like the wide windows here, being able to see more of where we're driving through. Of course, I would love to see something set in the Midwest, but the limitations of Train Sim World 3 are different than Train Simulator 20XX. The routes are much shorter than what they can handle, which is, I mean, it's fine. You can still do stuff in the Midwest, break it up in different ways, but there's also just far fewer things out there. And also, they're all, like, until there's a Steam sale, I think they're all like $30, which is just crazy. So I'm good with Cajon Pass. I will probably get an expansion for some passenger service, just for a different experience. I don't know if I'll do Boston or New York, or maybe the German ice trains look awesome. And plus those things get up to like 300 kilometers per hour. So pretty different experience compared to the American freight stuff. Another BNSF train on the side there. Alright, just under 2 miles to our first checkpoint, when I think we're going to start running into some smoke. 2.2% incline. There is our missing mountain. As we curve out here, we'll be able to see it better. Residential, industrial stuff, good blend of it. Here as we exit the outskirts of San Bernardino. Heading northbound-ish. I don't know if there's actually a compass in here, but we will not make it all the way to Barstow. Speed limit change. I'm gonna. It says it's gonna drop to 45 miles per hour here. I might just roll with this because it gets pretty slow going up this ascent. Some kind of warehouse space to our right there. Probably one of our last few things as we exit. Alright, I'm going to ease up on the throttle just so I'm not red. Probably fine, but I at least don't want to be red. I'm not going to concern myself with dropping below 45 miles per hour. With what we have in store, that's just crazy talk. That's crazy talk. And it's popping right back up to 50 miles per hour here in just a little bit. Alright, an update on the wildfire. The fire department are on the site, but the fire is not under control. There is a slight haze, but the track visibility is still good. It'll be that way for long, folks. And as you see, we're getting a little bit of smoke outside the cabin. Windows are shut. We'll turn our air on it, or our fan on if we want it. Something tells me we won't need the heater, and even at 6 on the throttle, we've dropped below 45 miles per hour. So at 2,000 feet, we're shifting to 50. I'm going to go ahead and put everything into it. So maybe we can pick up some speed as we start the big, long ascent, smoky ascent for probably the next 15 miles or so. We are leaving civilization, and we are just, we're out in nature now. Should be switching over to 50 miles per hour now. Apparently not. Still don't know how to read those signs. Sure looked like a speed limit sign to me. I'm going to leave it at full throttle, though. Getting a little smokier out there. All right, now we're up to 50 miles per hour. I don't know what the shift is there. Maybe, oh, you know what it is. I know exactly what it is. The back, you have to clear the train entirely is exactly what it is. So I bet if we, next time we have one coming up, I'm going to watch from the back side of the train. As soon as we cross that yellow marker on the side, I bet is when that speed limit changes. Because last night we were doing some of that, and I only had locos. All right, a little smoky up ahead. Still giving it full throttle. As long as we have green lights here. Green light. Another update on the wildfire. Fire is still growing with the mountainside now covered in smoke. Tracks are clear, but visibility around Cajon will be lower than usual. Keep your windows closed and remain cautious out there. All right, so we have a yellow light now. See shit. Ease off the throttle a little bit so I at least don't go red. 2% incline. Don't want to lose this power because I don't think we're getting the speed back once we lose it. I would like to see some snow effects. I don't know. I doubt they're in the California stuff, but I know the German routes have them, which is another reason why I want to check out the ice routes. One, to get the high-speed train, get passenger service, and get snow effects. Looks like we got a speed reduction coming up in 2 miles. Be curious to know there Is it the inverse of what we just found out? Is it as soon as my front car eclipses the yellow sign, or is it 40 miles per hour once my butt clears the sign? We're going to find out. 4 miles until our next checkpoint. And I think it's about 4 miles until we clear this smoke. We have a while to go until we need to worry about the brakes. But once we have to start worrying about the brakes, we have to start worrying about the brakes pretty quickly. Do not want to run off the tracks again. Three and a half miles. Checkpoints. And we'll be reducing speed here in about a mile and a half. Drop below the speed limit. Might as well go full throttle while we can. Not much to see out there as the countryside is burning. By the way, if you're here and you're not here because of Train Sim World 3, tonight, shortly after 8 p.m., we'll be doing Salerno 43 Zogmon game, ET games. That'll be a little after 8. A little rundown of Vassal and a brief teach and just kind of walk through of how to play Salerno. In the meantime, we're climbing up to Cajon Pass through a forest fire, yellow lights. I'm going to start easing off the throttle here with this speed change coming up. Again, I'll be curious to know, is it when my nose crosses the yellow or is it when my butt crosses the yellow? 2,000 feet, we will find out the suspense. Residential out here. Is it a pile of trash? Look like it. Alright, 800 feet. Our experiment will be over. Yellow sign. Yep, it's as soon as my nose, so it's either the first or last thing to cross, it looks like. We got a mixed haul today, so it's a little bit of everything. The BNSF train. So we appear to have some coals, we have some tanks, much like this train we're passing, basically. A bunch of box cars, about 30 full cars as we head up to Cajon Pass through this forest fire. Here, and you know how to make it so the bell does not turn on when you press the horn. Still all ears. Alright. Give it a little more juice. 2.1% incline. Still a little smoky out there. And by little, I mean it is very smoky out there. Turn our fan on. Keep those windows shut. 2.1%. Increase throttle. We'll take it outside, but as you can see, there's not a lot to see. Actually, that does remind me. I better turn these babies up to right, and I want the gauge lights on. Forgot to turn those on when we got started. All right, let's go full throttle. See if we can top out at 40 minutes per hour. Yeah, drop it back down to 7. Right now, let's go ahead here and see if we can't get a good drive-by in this dense smoke. Ease off the throttle a little bit. Alright, second part of our experiment coming up. Is it the front or is it the butt? I think when you're going with an increase, it's your butt. So all of your train must be going the slower speed is my guess. think in about 2 miles we should be out of this forest fire. But that doesn't mean the tracks aren't cleared. I think the tracks are still going to be a bit of a mess, and I don't think we're making it all the way to Marcel. Guess what? I know we're not making it all the way to Marcel. It's like 6 on the throttle is the sweet spot for this 2% grade. Last night, I thought with the train load we had and how much speed we were able to maintain. Alright, so I'm going to go to the back of my train as soon as we cross this deal. Alright, here's the speed limit sign. And I'm going to go to the back of the train. I think it's the next sign coming up is our speed limit sign. So I'm going to go ahead and punch into full throttle here. Because as soon as the butt of our train here crosses this, nope, I'm 100% wrong. I have no idea how to read these. Oh, here you go. Here it is. This is what we're looking for. As soon as we cross this, the golden. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so last night, with the train moving as it did, I didn't think we would need the brakes as soon as we did in reality. And I threw every brake on and just blew past where we're supposed to stop. 2.1% incline, full throttle. Trying to climb to 50 miles per hour. Looks like in about a mile we're going to have to slow down a little bit. No idea why. I don't remember what's up here. This little bridge, overpass, something like that. Alright, this fire spread is slowed down, but we've been advised to stop sending further trains into the smoke is clear. Continue past Cajon until you are clear of the smoke. Okay. Ease off the throttles. We'll reach 50 miles per hour. 2.5 miles until our next checkpoint. Oh, changing lanes with that. Cruising along. The juicy stuff is about to happen. I understand why they don't, because if this is the first time driving this route, you wouldn't exactly know, but it would be nice to get like some gradient maps to be able to read, because I'm sure BNSF has that available to them. Because this is a BNSF route, think they would know what the gradient is. And so as we cruise along, whoa! As we speed on by at a swift 47 miles per hour, it would be nice to know what's up ahead. Because by the time we realize we need the brakes, it's going to be too late. Alright, start throwing some power back in here. About 2 miles to our next checkpoint. And we're down to a snail's 35 miles per hour. Try to maintain that. We're still losing speed at this 2.7% incline. Once you're at like 3.2, you're snoozing. More power. Power. Tried to get it up to 35 here and Sorry, I'm sending a message about our basketball game tonight at 8. Just learn it. Alrighty. Now I'm checking sport key. Wait, okay. Alright. We'll go ahead and ease off the throttle a little bit. Try to lose some of this excess speed. 2% grade. We are losing, or we are gaining visibility, which is nice. Let's zoom on up ahead here. Well, we should be able to get a pretty nice little drive-by. So we appear to be out of the smoke. That is where we will get unsorted, or at least the tracks will get sorted out, I guess is what I'm going to say. So just over a mile until our next checkpoint, and then I think that will give us our final destination. 3.4% incline. Back to near full throttle. Is that going to hold at 34 miles per hour is the question. Actually, I'm going to kill throttle because we want to drop to 30 miles per hour here in about 2,000 feet. We're at 30 miles per hour now. Just got to find the sweet spot to where we're not losing any speed, just cruising along. 2.9% incline as we approach this speed limit here. And is it going to tick up to 30? Is it going to flip over? It did. Drop it down to 7 on throttle. Alright. Just under a mile. We'll run our experiment again 500 feet until as soon as that nose crosses. Just can't really see from here, but we know, yep. Alright, 3.1% incline. As we are now cruising, I believe, through Cajon Pass is what we're in now. Apparently famous, but it's someone who's never spent time in California. Doesn't mean a whole lot to me. 2,000 feet. Holding at 30 miles per hour. Just over a mile and a half, we'll be able to pick our speed back up, but I also want to say that's where things start going downhill. Both in terms of engineer quality and track. Can't seem to stick that 30 dead on, but that's okay. Alright. You should be getting clear of the smoke now. Stop at Summit until we can clear the backed up traffic at Hesperia. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for joining us today, Paul. You know, I couldn't help but think that, you know, it'd go great with this game is a ham radio. Reach out to dispatch signaler. You name it. You know, I'm thinking about getting the rail driver, which is this big machine that it's like a flight stick for trains, right? It's good. I'm glad we can be more engaged for it. And it's basically a flight sim with different brakes, throttle, and a whole bunch of buttons. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. I'm just thinking that my daughter's going to eat that shit up. So this is my way of telling you that you need to just go balls deep and get train sim a rail driver. And sit down with the boy and go wild. Alright, let's up the throttle a little bit. So, 3.5 miles to go, but that's deceptive because I think we need to start cutting power and start getting brakes online well before. I'm pretty sure this is when we start going down. It's right around here. Ease up on the throttle a little bit. Still 3% incline. But we are, I'm sure we're nearing the peak. Let's go take a look at what's ahead. Screen grab of that. Give ourselves a little too. Alright. So we're losing a little bit of incline, down to 2.4%. Killed the fan. I think it's safe to open up the windows. Miles till our stop location. I'm thinking I want to take this downhill at like 15 miles per hour. And what I'm going to do is not use the automatic brakes, but I'm going to put dynamic brakes until I just find a speed that the dynamic brakes can hold. And then when the dynamic brakes can no longer hold that speed is when we start throwing on the automatic brakes, and then I won't make the same mistake as I did last night, which is I will use the automatic brake or the emergency brake if I need to. So we could increase our speed to 40 miles per hour if we wanted to, but we're actually going to ease up on the throttle now. Speed limit's about to hit 55, but let me tell you, that is where mistakes happen. So the rest of our train is still probably in the 2%. It's probably past it now. But as soon as we go over the peak, the rest of our train still has to do a little bit of climb. And once all of the train is over, is how you get yourself into a runaway train situation. So don't fall for that trap of 50 miles per hour. Got a yellow light. I think that's due to the traffic on the tracks, thanks to the forest fire. All right, and we have started the downhill. So, front of our train, very minor 0.1% decline. Back of our train, probably just now going over that peak. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to set dynamic brakes to setup. Throttle's on idle. Two and a half miles to go. And I think at the 2 mile mark is when I'm going to, either the 2 mile mark or a significant increase in decline is when I'm going to start applying brake pressure through the dynamic brakes. This is a tense moment. Still at 0.1%. 2.3 miles to go. Cruising along at 29 miles per hour. I think Andrew was here last night when I overshot this stop. May have been. So we'll give him another go. 2 miles to go. We're in the game now. Miles just feels so far away. And I'm still maintaining speed. I'm not gaining speed, but I'm wondering if I should drop down to 20. I do. It was 30 cars to start tonight, so not quite as much as I thought last night. But so 30 cars, full load. And that bell off. Don't know. 9,000 feet. Look at that. Look at that. All right. We're putting the brakes on. So we drop down to 20 miles per hour. Brakes catch, hopefully. All right. Let's leave it at 1. See if this holds 25. Just over a mile and a half to go. It's holding, which is good. But now we're at a 1.2% decline. .5% decline. We're picking up speed. A little more dynamic braking. Still picking up speed. A little more dynamic braking. I think I want to get it down to 20 miles per hour for this last mile. A little more. You can hear them. I think things could get really silly once all of the train is in the decline. The 1.5. 5,000 feet to go. It is a nice route. Another desert guy, but you know, the uphill climb. I was watching some streams with some guys hauling like 92 car full loads and just like crawling up that hill. That may not be as fun, but this felt about right. I mean, we still got up to 6 miles per hour, no problem. And then I don't know what managing 90 cars, ease off the brakes a little bit, 90 cars would be like going down this thing. And I think it gets even as sharp as like 3% down. So 90 cars full load. I think we can even take the brake. This is where I made a mistake, I'm sure. Let's get the brake set up. Set up for 3,000 feet to go. At it's showing 3, but I think I have it registered at 4. Let me just 2,000 feet. 2,500 feet. Not stopping. We're going to give a full dynamic brake and hope that catches. Okay. I'm thinking 10 miles per hour is going to be where we live. See, but then you just killed it, you know. Maybe like at 3? I don't know. Hard to say. Okay. I mean, I could cruise in there at 5 miles per hour, but where's the fun in that? All or nothing, baby. And by all, I mean like 10 miles per hour or nothing, baby. I mean, we're in way better shape than we were last night, that's for sure. $1,000 feet. At 500, I'm going to start slowing it down. Yeah, 500. 500. .6%. I think full dynamic brake is too much. There's no satisfaction in crawling along at 3 miles per hour. Come on. Well, this was way more tense last night. 100 feet. Gaining speed. Alright. Full dynamic braking, and we're going to flip the automatic brakes to full service. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Stop. Within 15 feet. Oh my gosh, is this a whole run? Alright, we're gonna apply the independent brake. Ah, there it is. That's a fun little run. I think it gets more severe than that. Only a silver medal. Which is too bad. I'm going to go to the training yard. And I want to see if I can get in some of these other trains that I haven't unlocked yet. So that was the run, partial run up to Cajon Pass. The whole thing, I think, takes 2.5, 3 hours. I think it, one depends on the direction you're going and then how cautious you take the descent. So some decent sized runs in this. I want to know if I can drive this. This is the British, one of the British passenger trains. Must be this. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Automatic brake is in hold. Direct brake, I'm going to apply that. I don't even know if this is on. Release. Is it? Are you sure? This doesn't look right. No, I think you're wrong. All right, we may need to fire this up. Let's see. Lights. That's like instrument lights. Like those instrument lights on. Tail lights, yeah. Headlights. Day running. Demister, don't think we need that. Brake service. I think that's if you kill your train and have to restart everything. Train stop override. Some stuff going on there. Alright. Green for ignition. Come on, baby. I don't know if it's going to let us drive this. Put our handle in. Now start it. Alright, let's try to put it in forward. Parking brake, release. Release. Let's apply. Release. Oh. Oh. Do we have power? I don't think it's our train. I don't think we can drive this yet. How disappointing. But we will go take a look at the... Check the petrol. So you can fuel up in this game, which is kind of cool. We will check out the older one. Which I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. Open up the door. Close the door. And so yeah, pretty sweet on the levers. Stuff you can do. Maybe you can't drive in the training center. Maybe that's part of the problem too. Independent brake applied. Set the M2A valve to lead or dead. The cutoff valve to the freight before releasing the automatic brake. Alright, so I need to find that, I guess. Lead or dead. No idea where that's at in this train. Okay. We may have done it in the training last night. I just don't remember. Dimmer. Oh, cab heater, strip heater, throttle idle, dynamic brake, bell, sander, horn, cutoff valve. Nope. Freight. Don't think it's the fuses. Check this again. That's for... I have no idea. Engine lights. Parking light. Auto shutdown delay. Isolation. Probably not going to be anything over there. Now let's sit and see if I can get that error message to show up again. Oh, here you go. Lead axle. Nope, that's sand. Shit. Cutoff valve. Freight. That's the independent brake. What happens when I set the MU2A valve? Reservoir. Engine run on. Gin field on. Everything on. This is dynamic stuff, I'm sure. MU2A valve to lead. I wonder if it's a valve outside. Surely not. That would make no sense. Probably is outside. Alright, quick rundown before I give up on this. Riveting. Alright, sit back down. That was set MU2A valve. Let's put that in. Nope. Oh, I think it's... No, that's headlights. I remember having to turn the headlights on last night. Step lights. Gauge lights. I like those. Can't hit any of those. Horn works. Oh, what's it? Headlights? Rear. Okay. 10 seconds before you apply dynamic brakes. Interesting. It's gotta be behind us. Shut the door. Okay. Dynamic brake cut in, cut out. Turbo aux, no bad. Platform lights. Engine room light. Number lights. Engine start. Auto shutdown delay. Probably things I don't want to be pressing, but I'm going to anyways. Headlight control. I'm going to switch you to run. And we're going to check. Something emergency flipped. This is what you signed up for. Ah, fuck. Okay. I can figure this out. That's independent brake. I need to quit hitting that. Set the into MU2 A valve ladder dead before releasing the brake. I keep setting that emergency at somewhere. What's that do? That's the pedal. Okay. Well, we might have to go learn this train again. I thought I was good with it all. Oh, air conditioning. Look at that. Oh, baby. Can you feel it? Okay. Engine runs on. Is it one of these? Maybe I can't. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's all with the training yard stuff. So let's go to. Oh, how do I even get that? Oh boy, that bell's gonna keep going. Gosh. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the main menu, and let's try to do something with this. It was this one here. So this is going to be a repeat of what we did last night, but I have no idea how to set that letter dead.
Welcome to driver training at the training center.
Wish you could
Today you'll be learning how to drive this EMD SD40-2 locomotive in BNSF railway livery.
Nope, I'm going to skip.
The SD40-2 started production in 1972.
I heard it last night.
The last unit being built in 1986. Rated at 3,000 horsepower and weighing at least 170 tons, the SD40-2 is rated with a continuous tractive effort of 831,000 pounds.
We're going to learn how to fire it up, and then we'll mess around with some stuff.
Over 4,000 SD40-2 locomotives were produced by EMD in various configurations, and many are still in use today, 50 years after they were first introduced.
All right, we're in action.
You're ready to begin? Climb aboard.
You know.
Sit in the engineer's seat.
Good one, buddy. No joke. Man, I was watching some other Run 8 is one that's called, and like the amount of stuff you can do in that one, it's nuts.
Now you'll go through the steps needed to take over this locomotive. Firstly, you will need to set the generator field switch. This needs to be enabled for the throttle to control the power of the train. This locomotive requires the reverser handle to be inserted before operation. The reverser determines the direction of travel. Switch the front headlights on. Regardless of the time of day or weather, all locomotives must have their headlights on.
I was watching.
When getting moving, it's worth remembering the following sequence.
Gosh, what was he playing?
Independent
he
on,
did like a whole flight
auto
check,
off,
and the flight check was
throttle
longer
on,
than.
independent off. Let's go through that slowly and understand why.
Right. Independent on.
First, fully apply the independent brake. Now, this will ensure that regardless of anything else, your train won't move.
There's nothing on
Next,
that valve.
fully release the automatic brake.
All right.
This will release the brakes on the rest of the train. But you won't go anywhere because those independent brakes are holding you.
Can I really not go to... Okay. So whatever that valve was sounds completely made up to me because he didn't have me turn any valves. Yeah, so this guy was running his name's Blue Jim or something like that. And anyways, I watched his train stuff and then I started looking at his flight simulator stuff and he was flying some executive jet.
Okay. In this training module,
some executive jet up in Yellowstone, and he went through like a 30-minute flight check, and I think he flew around for 15 minutes and did his landing, and it looked awesome. And he talked about how great the train was. I think it was X-Plane. Now that you mention it. Yeah, I can't run that. Okay, let's run some really short here. All right, here we go. We'll do light clouds, dynamic weather, and it's the 9th of September. Let's do that. I mean, it looked cool. I don't think there's as much interest there. You know what's almost more interesting to me? No, it's not almost as more. What is interesting is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Zillabits. He does some war game stuff, but he also does American Trucker Simulator. And that actually looks pretty cool to me. All right, so generator field is on. Reverser handle is in. Independent brake is full application. Automatic brake is released. Yeah, they look really good. Does it? Who do you talk to with the radio on it? Or do you mean like it plays music? Or is it like walkie-talkie radio? I don't know what that's called. All right, so we'll move it forward. Oh, okay. Brakes applied. We're going to give it a little bit of power. CB would be cool. And there is a... Get our brights on. There is a train simulator called Open 8 that has multiplayer, and I think people can be like switchboard operators, whatever they're called. And that would be nuts. It'd be cool to play American Truck Simulator and also run like CB Simulator. That'd be good. All right, let's head on out. Heading to East Victorville Cement. Looks like we're gonna pick up some cars and deliver them. Yeah, I'll have to look into the sound mods. I mean, this sounds totally fun to me. Other than the bell. This is set to freight. I think that's what we want. I do... I'll go ahead and set that to idle. There's probably some rule about getting out of your seat. I think this needs to be on cut in, so that's good. I am curious, like, what happens if I hit this. Alright, but we're going way too fast, and we need to be ready to stop. independent brake. So applying that. Ease off it. Goes in here. I don't see any cars for us to pick up. What's up with that? So with no cars, we should be able to stop right on a dime here pretty quick. All right, couple two formation. I'm gonna apply the brake, and looks like I'm just driving right into it. So hop on down. Probably could have gotten a little closer than 800 feet away before we release that. Just like, I guess we are running already. Just 9 cars on this cement run. I saw a note from the developer that if you don't have dynamic weather on and you don't have wind going, those wind turbines will not spin, which is kind of interesting, I think. Wow, we could have gotten way closer on this. Why did it have a stop? If this is already released, I'm gonna have some words. Released. Good. Alright. Back to the train. Yeah, Open 8 looked intense, and you can just like drop in and build your own trains, or like take over different freight and like key in your own destinations. And then they have this thing called the depot. And you like, let's say you were in the same area, like it has Cajon Pass, and whatever this run is, like you go look up that destination's code and you go type that in for your cars to let the system know that's where you're. Like you can type in whatever you want. Oh. Oh my gosh, really? Okay. Excuse me, lady. And that sounded cool in practice, but really all I want to do is just drive a train. It would be cool with multiplayer and all the other stuff, but let's give it a little power. Just here to drive some trains. A little more power. And start moving forward. Alright, so we're going to grab these 9 cars, and then, no idea where we're going. This is kind of cool. This little loop-de-loop to do whatever, get whatever you need into position. Right. Let's set it to idle. Nine cars should be a little bit easier task as we go forward. Who turned the air off? That's what I want to know. Blue, baby. Oops. Sensitive keyboard. Did not mean to give it throttle. Oh. Brake. More brake. Ooh, more brake. So do I go to the front now? Let's see. Alright, set you at 0. Surely, I don't push it, right? Let's go up here and figure out what we need to do. Okay, guess I climbed up. No. The tutorial did not cover the fact that you have to go to the front of the train. We finished the tutorial last night. Same tutorial for this train. Okay, so generator field on, fuel pump on, stick in, brake. Nope, nope. It is. I need to break off, handle off. I think I'm supposed to be back there. Cause well, you know, I can't find the valve to turn it on, so can't be in that. It can't be that train because I wouldn't know what to do. Try to cross this again. There it is. Okay, I guess you can't go across that way. That would be unfortunate if you couldn't. Surely I'm not backing up for 6 miles? But that doesn't make any sense either. Gun. Did not cover this in train class. Let's look it all over again. Dynamic brake to cut in. Remember lights. I can't believe I'm messing around with this again. That's set to freight. That's where we want it. Alerter reset. Headlights. Headlights to bright. I know how to at least do that. We got the stick in. We're set to forward. This is crazy. Can I open any of these? Cannot. It wouldn't be full of these. There's no way. Alright, let me check. There's fuel cap. Now I'm just looking on the outside of the train because now I'm desperate. And now I'm determined to get this done. It's locked. I'll be really disappointed if this is 6 miles of backing up. I mean, I guess I could cheat and look it up. Empire of the Sun? No, the Constant World folder or the BGG forums. Either case, no. No. Did something happen? Good thread going on. Well, I'm gonna go check it out, and we'll probably end the worst game ever. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. We're moving, but we're moving away from our destination, it appears. Right? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're in. We want to go reverse. Oh, it wasn't giving me a throttle. That's why. It's gonna be kind of boring if I have to go backwards for. Oh my gosh, this is manual wiper. That's. Oh man, that would be. Not fun. Shut the door. Noisy. Is this really what they do? I guess I learn something new every day. But it seemed to me like you would go to the other train. Maybe you just can't do that. And I don't see us. We're not turning around. we're just going and dropping this off. Well, I'm not going to mess around with that. I will look up that valve to see how to cold start this train so we don't run into that anymore. I honestly don't see it, though. And tonight, we'll be back at 8 p.m. Salerno, Andrew, Paul, anyone else who's here, thanks for dropping in. I'm going to keep doing this because this is weirdly fun and satisfying to me. So have a good weekend, and thanks for stopping by.